Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with the Limp, and I am back with Fallout Wasteland Warfare. We're going to jump right into round 2 where we had left off. Remember, our survivors are trying to get over here to Mr. Dogmeat in the center of the map where he's being held captive by the super mutants. They have to go around to 4 different points across the map and spring some traps. For them to win and for the survivors to win, they need to free Dogmeat and kill some super mutants. Remember in part 1, or the first round rather, survivors did not do too well because a super mutant got ungodly lucky with a couple of critical hits and took out one of our Wastelanders over here. So we just have one over there and we've got our sole survivor over here. But we do get to go first on this round because there is the advantage marker, which I don't have out, but the basic gist is one side or the other have advantage. The super mutants started with it, which meant they got to go to first, but it goes to the side that has the least amount of models on the board. If it's tied, then it ends up getting flipped back and forth. But since I only have 2 models now, technically now when I do free Dogmeat, that would give me 3, so we'd be back on par. But right now I only have access to 2. So I do get advantage, which means I get to go first. So I know I am going first with my sole survivor, my lady down here, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her because I have a super mutant at range, perfect range right here that I can gun down 2 shots just in open. And I really want to take the shots at him, but he's right here. He can charge me. He's in range. I don't want to get into melee with these guys because there is a penalty when you're trying to fight at melee, with a ranged weapon, and she only has a ranged weapon. So he would have all the advantages, especially since he's stronger. He has a melee weapon. I really don't want to go toe to toe with him, and it's possible that he'll do that instead of trying to shoot me. So I'm thinking my best bet is going to be to try to run over here and possibly get within orange range of Mr. Dogmeat in there so I can get my 3rd model on the board. And Dogmeat, he's a beast. He can move pretty quick, and his attack is the built-in dog bite, which is close range only, of course, but he has a lot of little special abilities on that. It can do a fair amount of damage. He gets a lot of little bonus dice with it. So Dogmeat is a beast at close range. I definitely want to free this guy so he can get some attacks going. So I think I'm going to go for that. I am going to ready up my sole survivor. I've got a ready token here. We'll place it right there, and then we'll flip it over because I'll forget to do it otherwise. And I keep bumping these things. Like I said, make sure with your terrain, the neoprene mat is great if you get the little bonus set, but it is slick. So if you're using 3D printed terrain like I am, it will slide very easily across this stuff. So you need to kind of, put something on it, maybe a little foam, double stick padding or something like that. See if you can get it to stop sliding. All right. But yeah, we're going to take and move with her. I'm going to try to run up to here and then try to shoot in under this little pathway here. I might take that walkway off if I need to try to get as close as I can to old Dogmeat. Let's see. I don't want to put it like that. Where are we going with it? Yeah, about like that should be good. Now I have to spend an action to free him, and I'm not going to have an action left because I have to get within orange range, which is this one, to spend the action to free him. I am definitely not going to get within orange range on this turn, but I should be able to get right up on top of him. Oh yeah. I mean, that puts us right there. We know we're going to get it. So what position do I want to be in? I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm going to be point blank to this guy. I'm going to have to run the risk of whatever happens there. So I will just move in with my 2nd action right to there, put my little tokens next to him, and we will try to free up Dogmeat on the next go round if the sole survivor survives the super mutant who's right there. But if the super mutant has to go for the objective, because remember there aren't that many rounds in this game, and there's still 2 targets over here, which means he's more than likely, if they want to win, Gonna have to gun for that one and then gun down over here to try to get that this one. And maybe that would be the best goal for him, because to win, that's all they've got to do. They don't have to kill my guys. They just have to spring their 4 traps. I would be required to kill them after Dogmeat's freed. So with them being spread all across the map, the advantage kind of goes to them. All right, so let me grab my 3 tokens here. Got them mixed up, just random numbers. Oh, and I flipped that one over by accident. Okay, looking away, shuffling around. Okay, here we go. Let's draw one, and it's number 2. Number 2 is this guy over here. Okay, let's pull these up, and we will roll and see what he's going to do. Now, like I said previously, no matter what I roll on the AI cards, I'm going to have him go for the objective. Even if it's like, reckless attack, something like that. It would make no sense for him to have moved all this way to the objective to not actually take the action for the objective itself. So let's roll for him. Which one is he? He's the super mutant. Grab a blue die over here. See what he's going to do. Turn to our little dice tray. All right, big money. We got a single Coke bottle again. Single Coke bottle is, again, reckless objective. Okay, so that's what he's going to go for. Basically, I think he's probably going to just attempt the objective and then move in on our lady friend over there, because he does have melee as his goal. So he's going to try to get in closer on her after this. Let me check the objective. I do believe it's just a skill check against his strength, but I want to make sure. Okay, so yeah, it is just a strength test for them, and a super mutant has a strength of 6. Now, the brute actually has a strength of 8, so he has an even easier chance of trying to pass that. So we're going to spend his first action trying to spring this trap here. We will roll our little die. He is looking for a 6 or under. There are no other little bonus dice. It's just the skill die itself. And he got that is a 6, right? Not a 9? Yes, he got the 6. So he got it on his first try. Not bad, Mr. Super Mutant. They have been rolling excellent during this game. We'll just pull this one off to signify that they have gotten it. Now for his next objective, which was reckless and closing range, I think the best thing is just to try to move him closer to her, because this guy the brute's going to get the objective that's up here to the north. He should be within orange range of that. So yeah, his best goal is just to move in and try to gun down the Soul Survivor and Dogmeat. We'll definitely keep cover between him and her, though. I'm thinking maybe along the path that he had gone back, move him up to about here so he can shoot in on her, but keep cover between them. Yeah, that'd be a good plan. We'll put him right. Yep, bumping it. But that'll work. Let's mark him as used before I forget to do that. So he has been used. Now it is back to my turn. I've got one Wastelander here left. I have done crap all for damage. Maybe I should try to put some damage onto him from range, because we know that he's got range with his hunting rifle. There's no real reason for me to move up, because I'm not going to get into short range. Well, short range might be if I moved over here. But I want her fighting in close range. She's already going to be fighting in close range with Dogmeat. So it might, yeah, I'm thinking it's best for him just to plink away and do as much damage as he can with both of his actions. So that's what we're going to do. Let's look at our hunting rifle again, just to show you guys. It is black range, but remember it's at long range is from the stopping point of short range. So he has a real long range blue, then black. But he only gets to roll those 2 green dice with it, which is actually still pretty good. Where are my 2 green dice? Oh, they're right here. All right, so let's roll our first attack. Let me put my marker down for him so we know we are spending him. See what we're going to get. What is his skill? Hold on. Let me grab it up. His perception is a 6, but he is getting a -2 because, like I said, I am granting cover to the super mutant up here, since the line of sight is passing. The car itself is not granting cover, but what he's standing on is granting him cover. I don't have like little stakes or anything attached to the edge of this yet, but there is like little debris and stuff like that. Think of it kind of like these little pieces that I have hanging around. There's like little bits kind of up and around, you know. That's my general thought process. You know what like debris type stuff looks like. So he does have cover from him, which is going to reduce that by 2 and grant him +1 armor. So the perception actually drops down. He needs a 4 or under to grant the hit. And our super mutant is going to have a 2 for an armor. So that's actually pretty decent. All right, we'll have to see how this works. All right, come on. Big money, big money. Ooh, no. Damn. Damn. I'm looking at this like, oh, he got him with 2 bonus damage. But no, I needed one of these to be like a minus number so he could have actually hit, because the 6 doesn't hit. Oh, that is so bad, because that would have been great. That would have been 4 damage coming through to rock this guy. Oh, but the super mutants have a lot of health. Look at that, 6. If he had failed that, that would have been 4 of the 6 done. All right, we're going to take a second shot. His second action for the turn. All right, come on. Big money. I need a whammy here. All right. 2 armor breaks and a miss. Good grief. My attacks have been horrible this game. Just horrible. They've been throwing out criticals left and right, and I have got... this is the 3rd shot I've taken in this game. 2 misses and 1 where it... critical misses, and then 1 where it was just a miss. So, wow. They are not doing good. And that's the end of my actions this turn. So, let's grab our little tokens here. We'll switch them around, see who's going next. Number 3, which is going to be our guy up here up top. Okay, so we're looking at our card. Again, he's still full health, so he's rolling on this first column here. Let's see what it's going to be. I still think he probably needs to move for the objective, which is a single Coke bottle, which is what he's going to do. So the dice are definitely working out in favor of the super mutants big time. He's going to move towards the objective recklessly, and I'm thinking straight back that way, because he's got a pipe rifle. He can shoot at distance. Yeah, if he goes for this one first, because it doesn't really matter. Both of them are a good distance away, but the super mutants are in such a good position right now. All right, let's lay down. And like I said, I know there's someone right here, close range and everything, but remember, that's not their goal. These traps are their goal. Yeah, the super mutants are going to win immediately after they clear the last one. So that is definitely behooving them. Let's move him. I'm kind of guesstimating this a little bit. Gotta stand up. We're getting to the back of our piece. And we will spend his second one. And he's got plenty of room. So I think I'm not going to move him as far up, because he can move any length along that yellow that he wants, because if he moves further, it's just more distance he has to come back towards this one. So we will move him just that far. That way he can make a beeline there, and that should be right within, that should be within orange range of that token, so he can make an attempt on that one on the following turn. Now we are going to have the last super mutant go. Again, both of my guys have already gone. 2 of theirs are gone. He is got to pop this trap here. Let's see if he is within orange range. Yes, he is definitely within orange range. He has that covered. So he does get to make the skill check. Remember, the brute has a skill level of 8. Let's roll the die, see what he's going to do. He also is still at full health. Again, I'm going to have him go for the objective regardless on what he rolls on this die, but it just determines what he's going to do next. All right, let's roll our die here. Good God, I got to get a different blue die. It's been a single Coke bottle, I think, every damn roll. Okay, so for him, he is objective, but he's being careful. So let's make our skill check. He needs an 8 or under to pass. Let's see if he gets it. Of course he will, because the super mutants are rolling like hotcakes. 6, so he got it. So that objective is absolutely taken care of. Now he has 1 action left. He's melee. There's nothing else for him to do except move up on these guys. Let's move this right about there, touching him. And we will move him to there so he can make a charge on the following turn and try to take out the Soul Survivor and Dogmeat, because Dogmeat is going to be in the game on the next go-round. Let's mark him, even though that actually is the end of the round. All right, so at the end of round two played a lot faster because, of course, I wasn't as explained as much as I was on the first round. But at the end of round two, the survivors, settlers, are not doing too well. They have not been able to squeak any damage in on the super mutants. They have almost freed Dogmeat. She will have to spend an action, but she does get to free him. That will give them an extra combatant on the following round. Dogmeat can then run in and go after the brute. That would be awesome. While the Soul Survivor can possibly put some rounds down range at this super mutant, try to take him out. It just depends. He could, depending on what type of attack he rolls to do, he can either shoot at her with his pipe rifle, or he can try to charge over this. What is their charge? For a super mutant, it's red. Ooh, that would get reduced. It means he could only charge with a yellow instead if he tried to charge across this. But, you know, just kind of holding this up, I think he could actually make that because he would have to get in base-to-base contact with her. And I think putting that there, it would actually make it. I'm not going to lay it down because I don't want to. No, you're not supposed to do that. It's kind of cheating. But I do think with as big as their bases are, that he could easily get within base-to-base contact with her. So he could charge or he could shoot at her. Either way, he would potentially get a charge bonus. And then there's the other stuff that comes into play too with that, what's it called, the battle cry, where they can get bonuses, but then you could potentially resist it. And that's some of the stuff that I'm talking about. The basics of the game itself, it's really not that difficult. It's skill checks with potential other dice being thrown in. But the battle cry and the resisting the battle cry, things like that, and being prepared, which we haven't seen yet, but the AI doesn't really prepare, and I don't want to spend the actions to prepare to my guys. Basically, being prepared means you spend an action to put a token on your one of your characters, and they can do a quick action, which is basically they react to what one of the opponents are doing. Think of it, if you've ever played war games, as kind of like putting your guy in Overwatch so they could do an opportunity fire against an enemy. That would be that type of situation. And a charging enemy into you, you could try to quick react against them with preparation, but then if they're doing a battle cry, you might not be able to get the shot off because of their battle cry. This is what I'm talking about there. That's where the nuance in this game comes from, the little minutia. But the general gist of it is actually relatively simple to understand. All right, but I'll stop yapping there. We'll leave it here. We will see on the following turn how the super mutants do. They do have one guy next to their second to last objective, and once they pop that, all they have to do is make a beeline there. He could make that in one turn. Let's see, the next round will be the third. So yeah, if he pops that and runs there, he could win instantly on the fourth round, but with it only being 4 rounds, if they don't pop that, I guess they lose if they don't get it on the fourth round. But yeah, it just seems, the scenario itself, it just seems like they don't have much opportunity for, you know, any nuance to their strategy. That just so happened that they played out where they gunned for the objectives. But it, with the time limit being short at 4 rounds, it's almost really that they only have that they can do. They just have to run out, try to get them as quick as they possibly can. I almost think now that I'm playing this scenario that it would be better at 5 or 6 rounds just to give you that little bit of leeway so you could take a turn, going a little slower, firing a few rounds at your enemy instead of just running across the field and hoping to score on the objectives. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. You guys take care. I will catch you in the next one.